Good evening, everyone, and welcome to draw number 14 here at the 2026 Cherry Blossom Bonspiel here at the Potomac Curling Club. A monster of a good time. My name is Rob Young. I'm here joined by our boards broadcast specialist, Ken Clark.
Hello.
And we'll be commenting on our feature sheets on Sheet B and Sheet C here at the at Potomac. Our B event semifinals. On Sheet B, we have Kaiju curlers with Mike Hotaling, Brian Root, Trudy Hotaling, and Linda Root going up against Team D'Amico, Tim Fagan, Joe Soroka, I'm going to butcher this name. It's been a long day today. D'Amico, and then Dave Rueter. On Sheet C, we got Masahiro Ito's greatest fan club with Scott Dunnam, Cody Clouser, Jennifer Ying, and Paul Saindon up against Team Oblander, Jason Oblander. And I can't see the rest of the team, so hold on for 1 second. I'm going to look down here. Oblander. There it is. Jason Oblander, Maribeth, Leschinsky, Bill Echols, and Judy Echols on Sheet B and on Sheet C. On Sheet A and Sheet D on our boards, we are going to have our A event semifinals. On our A event semifinals, we do have Gamora's Got Game versus Dunnamzilla on Sheet A. On Sheet D, we got our friends from Plainfield Curling Club Team Foster going up against Mecha Team Long. We will be primarily talking about the events on B and C, but we will be cutting to Ken offering commentary on Sheets A and D because I cannot do 4 sheets at the same time, especially talking over karaoke.
So particularly, we probably should pay a little extra attention to Sheet A because Sheet A and Sheet C are the A event semifinals.
Oh, they moved Sheet C?
Yeah, that's the, I think because of who's played on what sheet.
Oh, so Sheet D is not A event, Sheet D is B event. So it's
sheet
A,
B,
A, B?
Yeah, A, B, A, B, yep.
Okay, my apologies. I read it earlier where it was A, B, B, A.
Yeah, that's what the ice schedule says, but not what the draw
Thank you very much for correcting. So Sheet C is an A event semifinal, everybody. Sheet B is a B event semifinal. Regardless, we've got 4 sheets of curling at 9 o'clock at night with broadcasters or live streamers who will be yelling over karaoke. So
team colors. So Sheet B, that's Kaiju curling showing yellow.
Believe so, yep.
And Sheet
yellow is Scott Cody Clouser. So Masahiro Ito's is showing throwing yellow. Dunnamzilla is throwing red, and Team Foster is throwing yellow.
Okay, we had him 100% wrong.
That's a great way of putting it. We are hoping that everyone takes care and engage in the chat room, so feel free to ask questions, make comments, heckle the broadcaster if it's me. Be nice to Ken. He does a great job, but he's got to deal with me all the time. So, but feel free to heckle, ask questions, engage with the algorithm. We had draw number 13. We actually had 3 games go to only the 6 ends. 2 only went to 4 ends. And our barn burner of the game was on Sheet D, which lasted 8 ends in the last rock. So Sheet D was Team Puerto Rico versus, I can't remember what Alan and Dan, Laura, and Steven's team was, but they did a great job. Members of our Potomac Club that ended up the victors over Puerto Rico. So,
well, right now the AD stream has twice as many viewers as their BC stream. So
2 and 1.
8 and 16.
8 and 16. I'm wondering if it's either Sheet A's pull for Andy or Sheet D's pull from Plainfield. If it is, we're going to need to watch the chat room for Sheet D because I'm going to get heckled so much from Plainfielders.
It's probably both, I imagine. See if anybody's nobody said anything yet. Sorry. Now's your chance to chat while we're paying attention to it.
Well, we can't talk.
Gets too excited.
We can't talk right now. They're making an announcement in the warm room. So looking over here on sheet B right now, it's looking pretty solid for Team D'Amico. They are without Hammer, though, but they do have pretty solid control of the house. Not a lot of control on the center line, though, and it's looking like Kaiju Curlers are going to be just hitting. They can do the run double if they want. They could just hit and roll, but just try to reduce some of the red rocks here. And on sheet C, looks like we do have a yellow in the house, well guarded. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, yellow does not have Hammer on sheet C. So good control of sheet A. Actually, it turns out it might actually be yellow sitting too, but I believe that yellow in the back might be biting. So nice little run back there on sheet C. But it does leave the 4-foot open, so they can wick off their own, or they can draw behind. So it'll be Cody Clouser's first. And on sheet B here, it is, I want to say it's Joe Soroka's last of his, trying to draw behind the stagger guards. Oh, not the stagger, the corner guards. Wake is looking good. It just needs to finish a bit. Finish is looking solid, too. Sheet B, no one's really touching that yellow rock just yet. I think they're close on the weight. They just need some curl. I think the idea here is just either tap or be frozen, but the weight looks like it's going to be back 4 to back 8 tap weight. So taps it back, and from my perspective, you only see a sliver of it from the hack, from the warm room side. So they could just come back and do the exact same, just tap, draw, tap again on sheet B. Nicely navigated through the court for Team Oblander on sheet C. Sitting shot. Scott Dunnam looking at that with normal weight, probably doesn't have Cody follow it. Nicely thrown by Cody to get the flop over to sit 1-2-3 now on sheet C. We got some scrubbing action going on from Team D'Amico. They are going to get to curl. Are they going to get enough motion on the yellow? Yeah, so they're sitting shot rock. From the warm room, though, you see about a third of the red. So Kaiju Curlers can hit and roll. They could just freeze to it to force a single. So a lot of options here for Kaiju Curlers. So they're first with Hammer coming up here shortly.
Sorry if I'm quieter than my usual self. Got up at 6 a.m. for ice duty here.
I've been here since 7:45, except for maybe 2 hours where I went home and took a nap. So on sheet D, Team Foster, John Gephardt has been my GNCC Open team player and my men's PCC men's stone team. So I've been playing with John Gephardt for years, and Jeff Greck and Kate Trella, I've been playing with them since our first year together. So I've got a lot of love on sheet D. They mentioned earlier that they're glad that I'm not skipping them because I have a tendency as a team member to give up 6 in a fourth end. It's happened more than once. So they needed to remind me of that last game. Needing some curl here from the Kaiju curlers. The weight looks close. It just needs, they might be able to tuck it behind, but it's looking like maybe back 8 with no dig there. Yeah. So last shot for red here. They don't want to leave it too high where they can do a race to the port for the do. So like I kind of like the guard here. You don't need to go anything deeper than top 12 for this. So the last stone on sheet B for Team D'Amico. And on sheet C, great example of some high-quality sweeping from Cody Clouser on sheet C. Try to scrub over and get as far as they can on distance for the guard. They got to a 2-guard there. They were shooting for 3, but most importantly, they did get the guard on the shot rock. And here we will be seeing Team Oblander's first of 2 with the hammer. And I think they see enough of the yellow shot rock to hit and try to hit and roll behind the, flop behind the guards.
Over on sheet A, it's the last red rock coming in. Yellow's got hammer. And just trying to hit the yellow. It's looking really good on sheet A. Yes. Leaves the rock as exposed as the yellow was, though. So it'll be, what, you think they'll do the hit for 1 or try to get a blank out of this?
I would blank this. You don't need a 1. A blank would be better than the 1 here.
So she'd see they're trying for that direct hit.
Yeah, they want to just hit. I think they want to hit and
really
roll.
Nice. Oh, didn't forget the roll, but
that stick is fine. But you do see about a solid half of it from the hack. So for Scott's last, I would really like to see a little bit of a flop here. And they've seen the line enough times to know how they can get the flop over. They just need to flop over 2 feet.
Sheet A, they just get the nose hit for 1 instead of the blank.
Okay.
Don't know what they're called, but that's good enough.
And here we are on sheet Bravo, throwing hammer here for the Kaiju curlers. Ideally here, they can try to make a play at moving over to that red and touching it to sit at least 2. But going for the draw for the button for 1 is not a bad result for this end, but it's looking a little heavy. Looks like sweepers are on it for curl.
Oh,
almost had it.
Almost
had a great scrub at the end there, but it's going to be looks like possibly a steal of 1 maybe?
Yep.
Yeah, steal of 1 for Team D'Amico. Oh, wonderfully managed hit and roll for Scott Dunnam for Masahiro Ito's greatest fan club. So the question now for Oblander, do they do the hit, do they do the draw, do they do the other hit? Looks like it might end up being the open hit and roll.
Do we have the raw colors right? But
Team Oblander on C with red, yes.
with red, okay. Because he said it was their
D'Amico
choice.
red, yes.
On sheet D.
Curledzilla D, yes.
Right,
Foster
okay,
yellow,
okay,
yes.
So I was getting confused about what sheet you were talking about. Okay.
I'm not considered the board correspondent, so I'm focused on BC.
Okay, so sheet D is coming first. So Team Foster trying to, they're sitting 3. They just need to draw in for a 4th, and it should be not a tough draw. Here on sheet C, now also the hammer, right?
Yep.
Yeah. What are they trying to do, the hit?
No, they're just trying to draw.
Okay, sheet D, the draw looks really good. So that's 4 for Team Foster.
And it looks like on sheet A, a single for lap.
C.
Yep.
The draw there. Okay. So. Rob taking the usual break during lead stones.
Listen, as a competitive lead himself, I respect the broadcaster's ability to ignore lead rocks for commercial breaks. So no, if Vic doesn't talk about it on TSN, I'm not going to talk about it here at PCC. If I'm going to commit to a bit, I'm going to commit 100%.
Not even going to acknowledge that lead rocks exist.
Oh, they exist. I just won't acknowledge their existence until the seconds throw their first. So after the first seconds rock here on sheet Bravo, looking really solid for Team D'Amico here, really congesting that center line. Enough of an angle here. They're going to be calling, I believe this is Trudy or Linda. I want to say this is Trudy based on the roster I have here for the Kaiju curlers. Going for at least a single peel. Wanting to make sure you lose your shooter on this as well.
Going from the name on her shirt, I think the other one's Trudy because she actually says Trudy on her shirt.
I don't know where that's the shirt. Like where do you see that?
There was a sweeper on the left there. He was walking away from us.
I can barely see it.
You can see it in the picture.
Oh, what picture?
Well, we're not showing now.
Oh, so that was Linda who threw that. So did Trudy and Linda switch places?
I'm guessing, yeah. Or they just switched shirts.
One of the two.
Or it's a Trudy brand that Linda just happens to be wearing.
Regardless, Dan D'Amico, which is listed as the second here for Team D'Amico, trying to do a draw behind. It is hanging out there a little bit, but I've been noticing some snap on sheet B. Are they going to get enough here? They don't want to leave it an easy hit and roll behind anything here. So sheet Charlie here. Got a corner guard and a draw behind it there with nothing in the center line for red. So I think we're going to see Team Oblander just draw behind their guard. Nice result on the peel here on sheet B.
I've just realized it's Andy Dunnam there on sheet.
Oh yeah, we
sheet
have 3 out of 4 of the USA men's team semifinalists. Team Dunnam on the ice right now. I think they were semifinalists.
But it's not his team. It's his brother's team that he's playing for now.
Huh?
He's Team Dunnamzilla, right? Oh, that is Dunnamzilla. Sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I got. It's late. I haven't had enough sleep. Give me a break.
Ladies and gentlemen, yes, we know that this is an A event and a B event serious broadcast, but you have 2 broadcasters who are a little bit tired and one of them has to come back for kitchen duty at 7 a.m. But you know what? Loopy broadcasting is funnier than just nothing. So prepare to be entertained at least.
You get what you pay for.
Exactly. And if you don't like what you paid for, mute.
And if you do like what you're paid for, then you can buy something from his sponsor, Realm One, bringing mission-focused expertise to the national security arena.
So looking across all 4 sheets, I'm really interested in what's going on in Sheet A right now. Yellow is sitting 1, 2, 3 with their 1 and 3 rock is actually a little open here. So I wonder if they're going to call Mark Carlson to just guard the center line here, which would be a really great. Oh, actually, there is a center line guard, but they definitely need one in that port because that's a pretty wide open port for them to hit. So, and we have got a full team of sweepers out on Sheet Charlie. But they're just going to end up just stacking their somewhat center guards there. So apparently the on sheet A, the guard did not work out, so Andy calling for the hit, possibly the double here. They can hit and flop on the single, which is fine, but I think the double is lined up nice here if they take that call. Take that shot, I mean, sorry.
And just get one.
I like where it's at, though. I mean, you could try to pick that red out, but it is a setup that yellow does have to keep in mind. But they're only going to call for, like, you don't really need to kill it. I think you could probably throw control weight, get it through the port, and roll your shooter.
Sheet B, just they get the hit. Yeah, they clear the guard. Rolls maybe not, well, it's not a bad place to roll to. How about on sheet C? Is that a draw? Oh, no. Okay, well, a little
I think it was meant to be I wonder if it was meant to be a draw and it was overthrown. I don't really know.
Nice.
You had that really weird Christmas tree, so if they were going to make a hit attempt, it would have probably been on the nose of that rather than clipping it and overcurling. So,
but it's shot rock, but probably not for long.
It would be really nice here for Cody's hit here. You just want to hit a half, like a solid half, and roll behind the stat guards.
Over on sheet A, looks like they're just they decided to guard that line, a very high guard on that line.
So there's no roll on that hit on Charlie for Cody, but you are sitting 1, 2, 3, and the double's not really there, so it'll be an opportunity here for Team Oblander to just hit and try to get behind something.
Coming in on sheet C, they're going to get a piece of it. Yes, they're going to stay. No.
Needed to curl a little bit more so that the roll wasn't as big, but a really good try, a really good attempt on the hit.
On sheet B, there is this hit attempt, or a split. What are they trying to do? Little split. All right, well, that's not buried completely, but it's shot rock.
They really shouldn't contemplate the double here. It should just be a nice hit and roll. The double, you run the risk of the red jamming on that red, the yellow biter that's sitting on the right side of the screen.
Well, you kind of want the double in the sense that keeps your yellow around, I guess. I don't know.
Well, what you would, I mean, like ideally, you don't need to hit a lot of it. You can hit with board weight on the red shot, and just roll to cover up the yellow that's in the back. So you'd have 1-2.
You think you can get enough of it at board weight?
I think that's why I think you need to be board weight. I don't think you can, with normal, you can't do it. So if you just do like a down weight board, maybe even hack, hit a little bit and just get a small little roll. Anything bigger, you run the risk of a bigger roll, and you lose your opportunity for your multiple.
So which end's gonna finish first? Sheet A. I mean, which sheet? Sheet A? Is this hammer?
Yeah, that's hammer. No, it's the last. No, it's
yellow.
the last of yellow. We are in skips on B. We are in skips on C, and we are on skips on D. We're moving in a nice clip on all four sheets. It's B event semifinals, C event semifinals. No one's messing around. And a miss on a miss for yellow, which I believe is Kaiju, giving Team D'Amico sitting 1-2, trying to figure out the best course of action. I actually kind of like drawing right to top 4, right behind that yellow. Really shrink the scoring opportunity there for Kaiju.
So that's, what do we say, hammer? No, last yellow here on sheet A. So they just get a nose hit, sitting 3. But what is Dunnam going to try in off the?
There's an around the world there if they wanted to do it. No, I'm not joking.
Yeah, no,
the way that it's angled, it's like a check mark. If you hit a thin half on that yellow that the broom head is lined up on sheet A, it will, with enough pace, when it hits the second yellow, it should hit on the nose of the second yellow and bump up to hit that other yellow just a couple feet to sit 2. I think that's the shot. I think it's a natural around the world here too.
It'd be fun to watch.
It will be an Andy Dunnam 6-second special, that's for sure.
All right, well, it's in motion. Let's see what happens.
It's not calling hard on the sweep. Good try on it though.
Yep, so.
Needed it to they needed to sweep a little bit just to make sure it wasn't gonna curl as much as it did. And Team D'Amico here shorted the draw. Looks like it's gonna end up just touching the yellow maybe, or even just corner freezing to the red, which isn't a bad result here. Unfortunately, it does force, it does give Kaiju an easy opportunity for the double, and if you make a miss, you're just gonna get your single here. But going for the double here for your 3. On sheet Bravo. And this will be the first Skips Rocks for Masahiro Ito's greatest fan club. Scott Dunnam throwing his first. Way looks close, but the sweepers aren't on it, so it might end up being possibly back 8 from this perspective. Wanted to keep it high, either high in the house or behind a guard, but finishes nicely to sit full 8.
Nice place. If you hit it, you're not going to be shot. Okay, so on sheet B, this is yellow hammer.
Yep. The attempt here is going to be the double, but it looks like it's actually curling too much. You might clip on the red, and that will end up being possibly a steal of 3. Yep, that's a steal of 3 for Team D'Amico.
Yes, it is.
Going up 4-0 after the second end of play here. Team Oblander going through all their options. no matter what, Scott, I mean, no matter what, Masahiro Ito's greatest fan club does have hammer. So do you try to be a pain in the butt and put a red somewhere, or do you try to out count? Like, do you try to minimize the damage right now? I think that's the conversation everyone's seeing, and it looks like they do a red run back. If he does this shot, he needs to throw with significant weight here to get all the red to move and then 3 yellows in the house to move.
Over on sheet D, Team Foster is sitting 4 and just guarded the draw path, making it difficult for Mega Team Long to find a way to score here. So the last red on sheet C and hammer on sheet D. So the sheet C is a more fun shot. They're trying
sheet C's they're getting the curl, but are they going to get enough weight on this?
Boom, boom, boom.
Ah, boom. That was a good try on that one. It did. They needed it to curl a bit more on that finish on that first red to get the 3 reds to move the way they wanted.
And on sheet D now, hammer coming in, trying to tap back the red. Might work. Is it too much? A little
It'll be a steal for at least 2.
Yep, that's 2 for Team Foster on sheet D.
And here we are on sheet Charlie with their last. They just need to nose hit this for a steal, for a bundle here. This will be a nose hit for 5.
Expecting a lot of weight because he's got the broom.
He doesn't need a lot of weight though. I think he's got tighter line because he puts a lot of rotation, so they're not expecting a lot of snap here. So this looks like normal weight. They just don't want to jam on that back one, which they don't. So they do get their 3 here.
Yeah, they lost the shooter, lost the back one, but 3's okay.
Yep.
More than okay. 3's good. All right, so back to lead stones again. So shut up, Rob.
Well, on sheet Bravo here, we are starting seconds rocks now. We have a really nice box situation. So for those of you who are not aware, a box situation for the start of an end is if you've got, as the team without hammer, if you've got a center line guard and something in like the house on the center line, and if you if you have the hammer, a corner guard and something behind it. So sheet B is an example of a box, and that's kind of where you want an ideal starting for both teams, where red without the hammer wants to just clog the center line, and now that with yellow having the corner guard, you could just do nice, delicate hits and rolls behind coverage to really work on getting those counters up. Because, again, the goal for red here without hammer is just clogging the center line and making it difficult for the last shot. Looks a little wide on this one, but not a lot of handle, so I'm expecting on sheet Bravo some snap here. Starting to curl, but not enough that they need. So just gonna just barely clips it. I thought they're gonna get a little bit more finish on the end of that. So it looks like we're going to start seeing on sheet Bravo, we're going to start seeing those hits and rolls behind. But I believe with this, they're trying to make a play at the red shot rock. So hopefully they're going to get some curl off the center line, but it's hanging out there a bit. So they might end up peeling that center guard and just rolling behind. But it's snapping nicely right now.
On sheet C, they did hit a center guard, but it was too soon, and it got replaced for the center guard violation.
I do appreciate people only listening to the karaoke in the background. We're here to listen to. There's been a request from the chat for more Blink 182 on the karaoke. I have sent a request to the coordinators for more Blink 182 on karaoke. So,
or come in and sing for yourself.
We are here to offer the best in entertainment for curling at close to 10 o'clock on a Saturday night. So if I was Kaiju curlers right now, I would really like to try to only hit and roll off that center line guard. Don't go for the double just yet, but just put take out peel off that center guard and try to roll to the right. Get some counters in play right now. That'd be really nice. You don't need to make a play at the double, because if you do, you're going to probably end up hitting the other red, and that'll red into yellow jam. So just try to keep the down weight hits in play. Keep your shooters around a bit, but you're going to get a snap on this. And end up keeping their shooter as a center line guard here, which D'Amico would really like. So just going to tap up their red guard, put pressure on Kaiju curlers to sit 1-2. And a nice shot from Oblander on sheet C. They're sitting second shot, promoted Masahiro Ito's rock to shot rock, but there's enough, the guards are high enough that they could actually do a downweight hit later, depending on the result of this throw from Cody Clouser. And we're looking over here, just taking a look on sheet A now. Dunnam Zilla sitting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on sheet A, and they're getting ready to start skips rocks here. So it is all wide open. So the skip for Gamera's Got Game just needs to hit and flop over behind that guard. If they hit nose, you run the risk of jamming the red on the back red there. So, but try to get some red out. It's a nice Visine shot. Take the red out. And shots away on sheet A. Just want a nice clean hit with a good, just a small little roll will do. Sweepers on, off, calling for close here. They'll make contact, just too big of a roll. And great call. I like the call here from Dunnam Zilla, making sure they draw behind that red, the red half 12.
So sheet B hit weight coming in. Clears the guard and, well, moves a lot of stuff around, but.
At least they've got a biter now, though. So yellow Kaiju curlers are sitting 2-3. And the shot rock, you can see from the warm room, you can see about less than half of that red. So the question for D'Amico is, do they want to guard it, or do they want to pile one more in there and try to make a little bit of a Christmas tree? That would make the hit more difficult.
His first motion was to hit and roll off the yellow to guard the red. But now he's just looking for a guard, I think. Yeah, discarding.
Great throw, great team shot by Masahiro Ito's greatest fan club on sheet C. Supers did a great job holding that rock so it doesn't clip the guard. And they're sitting 1-2 right now. The red is open up a little bit, so they can't, Team Oblanders can do the hit, angle hit, and get rid of that yellow, but you run the risk of losing your shooter if you don't throw this perfect. All right, first skip stones are away on sheet Bravo for Team D'Amico. They don't have hammer here, but they do have a commanding lead as well as one shot rock that they really want to get covered. Looks like they're going to get the guard that they want, but it is over curls just enough, so yellow has an opportunity here. Hit and get behind. Hitting and getting behind a corner guard is tough because now you leave a draw path open. So it'd be really nice for Kaiju curlers to actually just hit nose on the red and force D'Amico into a draw or a hit. And you can still get a 3 or a 4 out of this end. Some discussion happening on sheet Charlie with Team Oblander on what the best call here is, but I think the draw tap is the call here. They really need to make sure that second red gets onto or close to the button, if not the center line, because the yellow is got this really nice shotgun ready to go for just double taps, like 2 taps in a row to sit 3 potentially. So it'd be great for Oblander to get some of those red rocks moving. It's a little wide here. Needs to curl over quite a bit, but it looks like it's going to flash both the reds. And it's going to give Scott Dunnam on Masahiro Ito's greatest fan club an opportunity just to draw taps to sit 2 well covered. And speaking of well covered on sheet Bravo, Team D'Amico is getting a second chance to do the guard. However, I would probably end up just throwing top 4. Sitting 2 here would be ideal without hammer.
That was hammer on sheet A, so Dunnamzilla draw for 5.
Looks like a mittful over there on sheet A. And we're starting skip strucks right now on sheet Delta while we're looking over there on the board sheets. And it looks like Mecha Team Long is sitting 1-2, but Kyle is a mixed doubles player with a great draw weight. He can just heavy draw here to disrupt some of the lines here, really reset the house here for him.
All right, last red rock on sheet B, just guarding up their shot rock. So slightly precarious because he only got that 1 red in the house. But how do you get rid of that? Angle raise on the yellow. That's not what they're looking at. Oh, there's that. I don't think they can get the weight on that one.
Which one?
Oh, they were looking at the center line yellow on sheet B.
You don't see enough of it from the warm room.
No, that's what I think too.
You could. I mean, the only real thing that they could do is just promote either yellows, or they can do like a hit on the red guard to try to make a play at the slash.
I think they're trying to hit the 2 reds into the yellow, into the red, or just maybe, I don't know, the angles don't look right for me, but.
Well, the angle, I mean, it depends on, it does depend if they're welded or not, because I think if you
just. There's a little gap between them.
If you cross the nose of the tight yellow on the center line, you will get into that red, but it has to cross the nose just enough. The only issue I don't have a perspective on is whether or not those two reds are welded onto each other or if there's enough separation.
Yeah, well, it looks like, I mean, there must be a gap or they wouldn't be trying it.
No, because the gear effect would actually be good for them. For that to be really, really close together, that's probably the best way to make the shot. Because the gear effect would gear that second one into the red, into the yellow, I mean.
Oh.
It was there.
Yeah.
It was a really good attempt there. There was enough separation between the two, though. That was the problem. If they were welded on, I think that shot was there.
So steal a 1 red on sheet B. And sheet C.
Nice throw by Oblander.
So it leaves red sitting 1. With so yellow has hammer here.
No, yellow doesn't have hammer. This is yellow's last.
There's that other red.
Yep.
It's hiding from
on
me.
seat Charlie. Yep. Looking over in sheet Delta, I believe they're on their last. No, the first Red Rock. Red has hammer on Delta. They're just content with keeping their 1-2. And I don't think Kyle's going to want to do anything that's going to disrupt it to give him a count of 3. They do have the run on the yellow corner guard. And if not like a heavy run, then they could just tap.
So Scott Dunnam throwing his last yellow on sheet C.
Yep, and this is going to be a draw attempt to be full 4. Ideally behind coverage would be great, but they just need to be full 4-foot. Button would be great. Cody Clouser is on it. Looks like it's close for weight. They don't want it to curl just yet. They want it to make sure they get by the yellows and think they have it. They just need to make sure the weight's there. Weight's looking good.
Sweep hard.
It just came up a lot at the end. So as of right now, Team Oberlin does have their single. They just got to find their draw weight. They need a half. They just need to touch the 4-foot for their deuce. And here we go on sheet Delta right now. Team Foster from Plainfield running doing the tap on the yellow guard to the button. Sweepers are on it, calling hard for line. But that looks very lightweight there. That couldn't have been the call.
No.
The call had to have been a guard because Kyle would never short a draw. I don't think Kyle would short a draw that much. I'm wondering if he saw a port that they can hit through, or at least wick off of that corner yellow into the red pile for 3. And sheet B, the draw attempt just clipped the yellow, and it's just going to be a single for Team Oblander on sheet Charlie. So score recap after 3 ends of play on sheet A or sheet Alpha. Red is sitting winning 5-2, favoring Dunnamzilla. On sheet Bravo, sheet B, we've got Team D'Amico sitting 5-0 and sitting first and third shot here on Bravo. On sheet Charlie, Masahiro Ito's got a 2-1. That should be a 3-2 lead favoring Masahiro Ito's Yellow Rocks. And on sheet Delta, Foster has a 6-2 lead after 3 ends of play. We have a really interesting setup on sheet Alpha. If you want to take a look at A, Dunnam sitting possibly 2-3-4, and Gamera's got game is sitting shot rock. No real clean way to hit that yellow out, and they don't want to disturb those reds just yet. but you can just like draw and change the angles a little bit. So it seems like a very mixed doubles end for Dunnamzilla on sheet alpha. I hope everyone is enjoying the Garth Brooks karaoke. They've had enough to drink that they are now out of sync with Friends with Low Places, which I always find funny to listen to inebriated people sing.
That's appropriate. They're doing a good job in the sense of the way you should sing that song.
What's the chat room saying? What are we talking about in the chat room right now?
I think everybody's gone to sleep.
Y'all need to wake up. Engage with the algorithm.
They're all just checking in. They're listening in for the karaoke, Rob. They're not here.
No, they listened in for Blink 182, not just karaoke. They wanted Blink 182.
So over on sheet A, are they going to shake things up at all? Yes. Doesn't change the scoring, but it does change the math.
It's definitely a house that yellow needs to pay attention to now. That wasn't really, I wouldn't say that was ideal for yellow because unless you wanted to get a multiple, those back reds were not helping you at all. But now there's an opportunity for Dunnamzilla to like get a couple counters in there and not have to really worry about yellow like blowing too many things up to sit like a large mittful here. So seeing a nice clean game here on Bravo. Yellow needing guards in play, and Kaiju Curlers needing guards in play, and D'Amico just trying to keep everything as clean as you can. You might. Hold on.
Is everything gone quiet all of a sudden?
On the left, only on the left ear, not the right ear.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Well, my left ear's been shorting out a little bit this entire time, so.
It's not just you, though. The ice seems to be that way, too.
Okay.
Let's see.
Nice draw here on sheet Bravo by Kaiju Curler.
Lost dollar sound? No?
No, I hear you now. I believe on sheet alpha, there's still enough a distance between the closest guard and the shot rock for them to just throw like a down weight hit to sit two.
I'm not really hearing you through the headphones here, Rob. Oh, now I'm back now. How about you try again?
Check.
There we go.
Hello.
Who knows what? Little static in the system somewhere.
There's a bug in the code. All right. Team Foster on sheet Delta sitting 1-2. Looks like they're behind a high guard, and there's an easy double attempt here, or at least a run back double here for Mecha Team Long to try to count the yellows. It's a short one. A lot of discussion on sheet Alpha right now. Yeah, yellow is sitting 1 at the moment. They've got 3 center line guards. The issue, I believe, is you can't unlock that red, so they got to figure out a way to unlock that red. They could try to go ahead and do a draw to the button now and force Team Dunnam to do something about sitting the 2-shot rocks on the button.
Over on sheet D, Mecha Team Long got rid of one of the yellows, so it's yellow sitting 1 at the moment.
Turning our attention to sheet Bravo, there's a hit attempt for a double, but it's set out early out of his hand and it's over curling a lot. So need to make sure you make contact at least with 1 yellow gone. Good contact. You want to try to stay around in the house too. Not bad. It was just a half shot there, but still they absolutely usable.
Well, after all that thinking on sheet A, Dunnam made a decision. Was it just going to draw to the button? Maybe try to bump that yellow an inch?
I think honestly I think right now both teams are just how do you get to the button right now. They shorted the draw on the first one, but I think the way that Andy gives a little bit more rotation, they're going to get finished here. They can be top 8 as well, because if you gum up the draw path here, that's still good for you because you can't do anything on the outturn side, at least if your Gamera's got game. So you could do a draw perfect to the button, or you could just sit somewhere in the path and just be a little annoying for Gamera to get their second. Sweepers are on it for line right now. Hard for straight. It's looking like it's going to pass that guard. Oh, it just clips it. Try to get some more curl out of that Kyle. The only downside with this shot now is that this looks like this is wide open for a double, and it'll hit for a possible double for 3 yellow here on sheet Alpha.
Just trading hits on sheet C.
Yep, keeping it nice and clean. Also seen a lot of hits and keeping things clean on sheet Bravo. The Kaiju curlers are sitting 1-2, but you hit it nice enough. You can get both those yellows going. I think with that line, it's looking like it's going to be normal if they think the normal weight's going to move a lot here.
Yep, basically want to get at least a nose.
I don't think nose is going to do it. They need to cross it to just be a shade across the nose to get both those yellows out. Unless they want to throw like a firm weight at nose, which they would need a lot less line for.
Yep, yeah, that you're right. That line, you got to get cross nose.
And he's a little too on the broom. There should be some curl here now. So there's the curl. It needs to curl a lot more. They're sleeping for curl as well. Oh, this isn't terrible for D'Amico. That was, I believe, his first though, right? Or his second? No, that was his second. So this is going to be a draw opportunity for Kaiju curlers for 2 here. All they need to do is at least a quarter of the 8-foot ring. And I believe that was only on Sheet Alpha, that was only a single for Gamera's Got Game, so they'll be up. Dunnam Zilla will be up 5-3, but I'm looking forward to seeing the scoreboard confirm that. And on Sheet Bravo now, we are going to take a look at this hammer shot. Again, just draw to the 8-foot for your deuce. It's looking good. I mean, it looks a hair hot here, but I think it's looking close. So a nice draw here for the deuce here for Kaiju Curlers on Sheet Bravo, going into the 5th end, down 5-2, and shifting over to Sheet Charlie. Look at a draw attempt to split the house by Masahiro Ito's greatest fan club. And they are now sitting 2. And I believe this will be Team Oberlin's last shot of the end. They ideally want to hit and roll behind coverage. Nose hit will just give Scott Dunnam an opportunity to hit for their deuce. So we'll see on Sheet Charlie the last of Team Oberlin's Red Rocks. And I'm going to shift over to Sheet Delta now. Sheet Delta, Team Foster is sitting 1, 3, 4, and 5. And it looks like there is an attempt to draw through that center line port. This is Kyle Foster's first. He does have hammer this end. So it's either he's drawing through the port to tap up their shot rock, or they're trying to like promote a guard, but I really think they're trying to go through this port.
So on Sheet C, it was a miss, so just a draw attempt for 3.
So it looks like on Delta, they're just going to clip the guard. The pacing looked good for the weight on the weight, but it just needed to really scrub for curl there. And shifting our attention to Sheet Charlie, we're looking at a draw attempt by Scott Dunnam for Masahiro Ito's greatest fan club to sit 3 for the end.
Got plenty of weight. Gonna use his other yellow to slow it down. Nope, not gonna hit. Uh-oh. Gonna stop. Just in time.
That is close. I think he just said 3 yellow.
Yeah, I think it's 3.
Yep, that is a confirmed 3 yellow.
Yep, just barely stopped in time.
Nobody needed to breathe on the ice for that one because that was super close.
So now a 6-2 lead by Masahiro. Is that how you say it?
I think it's Masahiro's.
Masahiro.
I'm probably wrong. Hey, if you're in the chat room and you know this team name, if I'm butchering it, please let me know. Do you know what that is? That's algorithm engagement. Oh, there's more people. Rob, you are the algorithm. Who said that? Devin? What's your favorite team name from this year's Spiel? Okay, hold on.
I like Boobzilla along with their shirts, which are exactly as you imagine Boobzilla might look like.
I do like Buns of Gojira. That's a good one. I mean, I do also like Masahiro Ito's greatest fan club. That's a good one. Mecha Guardzilla is a good one. Boopzilla, timely. You got to appreciate a good timely play on words. Mothra ate my curling sweater. That's a mouthful, but it paints a picture, and I really like that one. That's a good one. Also, Mount Foodie. Again, you get me with a good pun or a good play on words, and I love it. But if I really had to guess, like pick my favorite, I mean, Yinzilla is a great one.
I do have to say that the Mothra 8 Mech curling sweater is probably the most creative, unexpected, kind of fun.
Well, I think the most unexpected one is the Masahiro Ito's Greatest Fan Club. That's out of left field. Yinzilla it's close to my heart. You've got me really thinking about these right now. There's a Godzilla Ate My Dad. I don't see that anywhere on here. Oh, there it is, team number 22. Eric, Katie, Zach, and Kristen. Godzilla Ate My Dad. That's unfortunate. Like that's a good name, but I mean, also it paints a sad picture. Aw. Okay, I honestly think Mothra Ate My Curling Sweater might be the winner. That's just really good. Also, no one thinks about Mothra, and sometimes you need to appreciate all the other ones, other kaiju.
Oh. Okay. Can you hear the Bohemian Rhapsody going on in the background now? All right, lead rocks are done, Rob. She'd see chasing the lock in the back of the house because you're up by by 4 points, so why not? Guess something happened on sheet D when we weren't watching. They haven't hung the score though. Looks like it was 2 yellow on sheet D. Sorry about that. Got too hung up on our Bohemian Rhapsody here. But
taking a look here at sheet Bravo, we're starting skip trucks right now on both Alpha, on Bravo. So Kaiju Curlers actually has a really wonderfully set up house where they're sitting 3, and they really need they have control of the top 4. They just really need like a top 12, right, splitting the center line. A guard is acceptable, but I would really like to see them put some pressure on them by going full 12. You can get into like the nook right there between the two and sit all 3 in there. That would be an acceptable outcome as well, but force Team D'Amico to make a shot here, and they need to curl a bit. Not getting the curl there, but they are sitting 4, which is nice. But you are leaving that the gap between the 2 shot yellows open, that there could be a normal hit here if you'd like. And then on sheet Alpha, looks like Gummers that game is sitting 1, but there is a slashable red. I wonder how much Dunnamzilla can see of that, but they can also see right down the center line as well if they wanted to make a play on the shot rock. So a lot of discussion on sheet Alpha. Gonna return over to sheet Bravo. I want to want everyone to watch the Team D'Amico shot here. This is the first D'Amico stone. They do have hammer this end. And I believe the idea here is hit weight right into the center of those 2 yellows, calling it on the sweep early to make sure it doesn't over curl. Good contact on the first, but they really needed it to like hang out another half a rock for it to be a perfect one. But they are sitting 2nd shot right now. Kaiju Curlers do have an opportunity to, like I just saw that call there, just a hit and flop over. '90s fan Rob is very happy with the choice of Blues Traveler right now. So great call, everybody. Oh, nice hit to get rid of both of the get rid of all the reds on sheet Charlie, leaving Masahiro Ito sitting 1, 2, 3. And not really much for Oblander to hide behind except for maybe a corner freeze on the T-line shot, on the T-line rock, that's sitting shot. And I think that's going to be the call here for Team Oblander's first with hammer, is just to draw frozen onto that yellow. Yeah, I'm looking at what the skip is talking about. I think they're calling for that draw. So freeze draw right there to shot rock on Charlie. Here we go on sheet Charlie. Sorry, sheet Bravo. This will be the last of Kaiju curlers. They are sitting 1 right now, so this line makes me think that it's either a guard or a tap, and they are indicating they want full 12 here. Hasn't started curling yet, and as I speak, it starts to turn right now, so it'll be a heavy finish. They do run the risk of just tapping the red, but I think it's slowing up just nicely. So they got a little bit heavier than the weight they wanted, but a lot of curl there. So it'll give to Team D'Amico for their hammer shot an opportunity just to hit that yellow to sit there too.
Yeah, you don't need a high weight hit because you can't get the nose of it, so you just want a really down weight hit.
I actually think normal might be the call. And you know me, this whole game I haven't been a big fan of the high heat rocks, but I think with the way that this is curling, people who are not used to this much of a swing, just trust the normal. If you can get to the broom with normal weight, you should expect that curl to happen.
Yeah, I don't think you can get it to the nose of that rock on normal.
This does look like board weight.
Yeah.
This looks like a board weight hit.
Because you want to keep the shooter within whatever the however far you hit that.
So I'm going to shift over to sheet alpha. This is going to be hammer rock from Dunnamzilla. Dunnamzilla is going after the shot rock to get their deuce here. Sweepers are already on it just to hold that line. It's looking decent. Needs to not touch that yellow rock that is sitting the 3 guard, but it is over curling. And that will be a steal of 2 for Gamera's Got Game.
Ties it up.
Ties it up after 5 ends of play. And on sheet Bravo, we are getting a lot of scrub here to make sure that it's touching yellow. You cannot touch red here. It hits the red first and then the yellow, so it's going to be a steal of 2 for Kaiju curlers. So we got 2 steals back-to-back, side-by-side after 5 ends of play. On sheet Bravo, Team D'Amico is up 5-4. And it's moving around nicely because right now we are about ready to see hammer on sheet Charlie. Red is sitting 1, and this is going to be a draw to sit deuce, and all they need is half of the 12-foot. So hammer on Charlie is away. Sweepers are not touching it. They think that it's there on its own. From our perspective, it's probably going to be back 8. No, it's good. It's good button draw. Nicely thrown. A deuce on the board for Team Oblander. Back to a 2-point game here. Still favoring Masahiro Ito's greatest fan club. God, I love saying that.
So close games on A, B, and C.
As for sheet D, we are on Team Foster's last for this end. We're going to go over to sheet Delta right now. They are sitting. Team Foster is sitting 1-2, but the full 4-foot is open. I wonder if the shot here is just to tap their yellow or draw behind it. Doesn't seem like a lot of line here.
Little split in, maybe?
Well, I'm wondering if the split might actually be the call because they want to do 2 things at once. Either clog the port or draw for a second, but I think the call here is to clog the port.
Okay, this is going to be a high guard.
It's a high guard, but unfortunately from our perspective, I actually think that might do it because they need a lot of snap there. No, I think that the port shot is there for a single, though. I don't see an opportunity for red to get a multiple. They could do the slash. Oh, I think they burned it, possibly.
I don't know where that car came from.
Yeah. But this is, I want to say this is a slash attempt maybe for red to get their deuce. Or they can hit through the port for a single. I don't see. I don't see what their call is right now. Yeah, it does look like they're trying to hit through the port for their single. And we have hammer away on sheet delta. Sweepers are on it, but they do need to get it to curl into the port. It's curling right now. Looks tight from my perspective. Oh, really good try on that one, but it will be a steal of 1 for Team Foster.
Yeah, that did cut him down, I guess, from 2 to 1. So, but still, when you're down by that much, they really needed to score there. Only 3 ends left. Down by 7. It's going to be tough.
Not impossible. We have seen a lot of comebacks this one. So this is going to be the 6th end all around. Oh, I have been saying Gamera wrong. It's pronounced Gamera. I'm going to keep saying Gamera because Rob Tolliver is listening on the channel, and I refuse to participate in his phonetic pronunciation.
Oh, I didn't hear the difference between what.
This is what he's telling me to say for the correct name, but I'm not going to say it. I will not give Rob Tolliver the satisfaction of hearing the correction.
Ga, not ga.
It's Gamera. And if I am making people upset, that's fine. Just blame Rob Tolliver for that.
Feature sheet B, they're just trying to split the house. Are they going to get this in? I think it'll.
The weight looks good for a 3-guard. I don't think they're.
Okay.
It is tapped in. It is a biter.
Yep.
We've got an interesting house arrangement, a guard arrangement on sheet alpha. If you go over to sheet alpha, all the rocks are currently in play, and yet only one of them is in the house. It does seem like a quintessential sheet A kind of situation.
Oh, and there's another one that will make it into the house. Oh.
And another biter.
Yep, okay, so.
And another biter on sheet. Bravo. Nice hit and roll over. Kaiju curlers are sitting 1 and 3 right now. Not really letting guards in play, but Kaiju is still going to actually try to draw behind that high biter at the top 12. Just try to draw in, put pressure on Team D'Amico. Speaking of pressure, take a look at sheet Charlie. Masahiro Ito's greatest fan club sitting 1, 2, 3, and it looks like Team Oblander is just trying to reduce some of the damage here. They only managed to get a single out of there, so.
On sheet B, the draw is looking pretty good draw weight.
Looks like it's hot, though. It needs to come down a bit and curl a bit. So they're going to get a good finish here, but it's going to end up being like back 8. And on sheet alpha, it looks like nobody wants to touch the center of the forefoot. Are there any upsets today? How about on the women's side? Anything fun on the women's side?
So sheet B, they trying to double? No, just clear the guard.
Yeah, they don't need to double. They can hit and roll over.
Yep.
They do have hammers, so they do want like something on the they want to keep the center line open for their later. Speed of, hey, we finally got on sheet alpha. Somebody's decided they want to get into the forefoot, and they managed to get there. So Dunnamzilla is sitting 1, 2, 3, and their shot rock is buried behind a yellow guard. So.
And Dunnamzilla does have hammer on this end.
Yep. This shot from Kaiju Curlers looks like it's going to be a 2 guard. Not really protecting much.
But
so
it may come in handy later.
It might, but the question for D'Amico, draw behind it. I mean, I don't hate drawing behind it, but there needs to be, you have enough separation on those 2 yellows, so when are you going to pull the trigger and start going after one of those?
If you want your biter to count, you got to get rid of both those yellows.
Oh, on sheet alpha, wonderful draw attempt from Gamera's, got game. Found a draw port, but they are sitting second shot. But it was a really good attempt through that port there. So I believe Dunnamzilla is going to be just like try to follow that down just a few feet less. Aw, I was called an ass. I mean, thanks, Rob. I'm looking forward to playing with you on Monday, bud. We are seeing some fantastic curling for 10:45 at night on a Saturday. And you wouldn't expect anything less from the A event and the B event semifinals here. So winners have the opportunity to sleep in and play in the event finals later tomorrow, and the other team has the ability to sleep in because they're going to go home.
Oh, unfortunate miss on sheet C. I just tapped the instead of a solid hit. So yellow is now still sitting 3. And a miss on sheet B.
So sheet Charlie, I wonder if they were doing a draw tap, but it looks like it's going to be like full 12 here, maybe top 8.
Well, really nice draw coming in on sheet A. Oh, look at that beautiful draw on sheet A. Oh, come on, a little more.
Yeah, they found the line earlier. They just couldn't replicate those results.
Yeah, didn't quite enough. So sheet B trying to hit the one yellow rock in the house. Needs to curl. Got a curl. Get a little chip. Nope, nothing neither. Okay, well, roll in. Nope. He's gonna.
This looks like it's going to be a hit and roll for 2. Oh, just over, just a little too far.
Yeah,
You are sitting, Team D'Amico is sitting 1 behind the guard. So they're sitting 1 and 3 right now.
And they'll have hammer, so.
And we are looking over at sheet alpha right now. It looks like we're seeing Andy Dunnam's first with hammer. Yes. No. Yes. First with hammer. Looked like it's going to be a promote. But they needed a little bit more curl to try to get action onto that back yellow.
Yep, almost, but not there.
And Team Foster right now on sheet Delta, if you're looking at the AD stream right now, they are sitting second shot. Their goal here is just to force a single here for Mecha Team Long. Guard is acceptable, but if they can overdraw, if they can overcurl just enough to get behind those guards to sit shot rock, they can even wick off their own if they'd like. Oh, that thing put on some brakes real quickly there.
Yep, well, they weren't sweeping it at the end, so they're fine with where it is.
You clogged up the port nicely though here, so there's got to be the Mecha Team Long's got to make a play here for us to get a deuce here. And speaking of needing to make a play for a deuce here, looking at Team Oblanders, believe this will be hammer. And this is to out count, or at least like draw. I wonder if this is a draw.
It's not hammer. There's another.
Oh, that's right. This is the first of 2. My apologies.
Yeah. I mean, they don't have hammer.
And looking on sheet alpha, this is a tap attempt for a deuce.
Yeah,
and I wonder if they got it. That looks super close for a shot.
Yeah, on sheet C, Oblander doesn't have a hammer.
So Dunnam Zilla right now, they've got hammer. And it looks like it's going to have to be the angle.
I don't know. Is there any way to get score 2?
Yeah, there is. If you're taking a look at sheet alpha, the question is, how does Dunnam Zilla get their 2 here? What they're going to end up doing is they're going to slash the red that's sitting on the right-hand side, and you want to hit it in a way that it makes contact with the back of the red rock, like on the bottom of the red rock. So that way, the red rock that's being touched won't go too far out. And the shot rock will actually just spin into the top 4. So you just want to touch red into red to get your juice here.
Yeah, I don't see it. I don't know. Oops, what happened on B here? So it's a hammer on sheet C. No, lost yellow on sheet C.
So hammer's away on alpha right now.
Oh, no, that was hammer on sheet C. So sheet C was hit for 5.
Alpha.
Oh, it's handshakes on sheet C.
There's contact. And they get, there they get it.
Oh, wow.
So it's at least 1 and a possible measure for 2. They're calling 2 for red there.
I think it's 2. And it's 5 yellow on sheet C and handshakes.
Yeah, they're calling it on alpha 2 red there. Beautiful draw, slash tap from Dunnam Zilla.
Wow, and I didn't even see that it was there.
Yep. I even told you, and you're like, I don't see it. But yeah, on sheet Charlie, it was a hit for 5. And handshakes favoring Masahiro Ito's greatest fan club. With a score of 11-4, sheet Charlie is our first of our games that are finishing right now. We have hammer being thrown on sheet Delta. This is an opportunity for a deuce they want to try to hit. They're getting the pacing on it. Are they getting the right line, though? They make contact with the high yellow, but it's going to crash into the red, and it's going to promote 1 for Foster, giving up a steal of 1, and it's going to be handshakes with the final score favoring Team Foster 10-2 in 6.
So that'll be Team Foster going on to the B event finals, and Team Masahiro's Ito's Greatest Hits, the Greatest Fan Club, going on to the A event final.
So the big headache right now is that there is a sudden basically the population of the ice just dropped by half. So we're going to see some wonky behavior from the ice in the next few rocks here. So it's going to be whoever can respond well to this difference now. And right now, Team D'Amico gets their center guard and their draw behind, and now looks like we're going to get a draw behind the corner guard here for yellow. So we are in Leeds Rocks, which means I'm going to take a break. So my really good friend, Kate Trella, who I played with, and is one of my best curling friends. I've known her since we first started curling together. She's like, so what did you say about me on the stream? Kate Trella is the lead for Team Foster. And I said, I ignore leads because I'm a good broadcaster, and she stares at me. And I know that stare. I've known her for 13 years. That stare is, I'm going to murder you. Down to the bone, mad. But you know what? She knows I'm going to commit to a bit. So if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right.
All right, I'm going to show you here on our featured stream, so say hi.
What up, everyone? Oh, I can hear myself think. Oh, my God. Ugh. I have to be back at 7 a.m. Yeah. But so you can get back later tomorrow. Yeah.
No.
Hi, Cassie. I love you. Our friends from Bucks County. She made me cry a little bit more when I found out that she was watching our final game of our mixed playdowns in Vegas. So, Cassie, thanks for making me cry. Well, thanks for being yet another contributing factor into making me bawl. All right, so let's take a look here on sheet Bravo. Kaiju is sitting 1-2. They do have hammer in this end, but they don't really have a lot of protection right now for their shots. They're not getting over to that corner guard that they have. So I'm wondering if the shot here is to draw behind the red. And it's looking like that was the call, but they just needed to come over and not curl as much, and it just crashes. So Kaiju curlers are sitting 1-2-3, but they do have an opportunity for Team D'Amico to hit and roll somewhere. And then looking over to Sheet Alpha. Sheet Alpha, no one wants to be in the house just yet. We do have a biter by Dunnam-Zilla. And it looks like we're attempting to draw to the center line, but I think it's going to end up just being a 3-guard. So we've got a similar guard setup that we saw from last end here on sheet alpha. It would be nice to have more in play and not as guards, because that led to a lot of confusion that last end. So I think whoever gets control of the forefoot will have a good solid footing for this end here on sheet alpha. It would be really nice here for Team D'Amico, once they make this hit, to roll behind their guard. It's over curling a lot, so they're going to get at least some action here. They clip it, they get rid of it, so that's good. But they are sitting only shot with Kaiju Curler sitting 2-3, and their third shot looks tough to get to. So Kaiju Curler immediately queuing up a hit, inside out hit. This is going to curl a lot here, so I think they're going to need to throw normal here to make this work. And on sheet alpha, we're on Mark Carlson's last, so we're getting ready to hit skip strokes here soon. And again, we're still trying to get to that forefoot. Whoever can get to the forefoot buried is really going to take control of that end, but almost seems like no one really wants to hit it right now. Sheet alpha is our headache sheet in the springtime, because it's right next to the wall that's next to the outdoors. So, sorry, it's against the wall, no real insulation to it, so it does get affected by warmer weather easier than the other sheets. So. Love you too, Cassie. So nice draw attempt here for D'Amico. They can get behind that yellow, their own guard, or at least their own top 12 to sit shot, but it's looking like it's coming down a lot here. Vice is coming out to get some distance on it, but it's looking like it might end up being 3 guard, okay. How are we on time limit right now?
Got 9 minutes left.
So you got plenty of time here to get 8 ends on both sheets. Sheet alpha, no one wants to get in the house, and on sheet Bravo, only yellow wants to be in the house. So So on sheet alpha, we have the first of Gamera's Got Game, and I'm really hoping that Rob Tolliver is listening and it's like nails on a chalkboard to him. Draw attempt here. They're just not getting any curl, so they're getting the weight, they're getting the distance, but they're just not getting enough curl. And it's going to give Dunnam, for his last shot here, it's going to give him an opportunity to hit and roll to sit 1-2. And on sheet Bravo right now, a lot of discussion on, I want to see the top down here. Kaiju curlers are sitting 1-2-3, and they do have hammer, so needs to be hit and roll behind their pair. And based on this line, it looked like this might actually be like control. He might throw a little up just to be on the safe side. And now we've got last rock away for Team Dunnamzilla on sheet alpha. Looks like they're sweeping for some curl here. Staying close, they make contact. And so right now Dunnamzilla is sitting a shot. So here's the question. Do you peel and blank the end to keep the hammer, or do you draw for one and try to steal? Me personally, I think it's easier to steal in the last, especially with the way the last two ends have been played, than go for the blank and be down 2 with hammer. So I have my opinion. Everyone's got their opinions on this one. It's just a tough call. It's whatever you're the most comfortable with. And I believe that the skip for Gamera's Got Game feels comfortable being 2 down with the hammer going in the last end. Needs to be nose, though. Ideally needs to be a nose hit. And it is already curling out of hand. Sweepers are on it to hold that line. And they do get the hit, but unfortunately they tap a red in, so it's going to be a steal of 1, so there'll be 3 down going in with the hammer rather than 2 down. And we'll go to the 8th end on sheet alpha. As we now go to Bravo, we've got our hammer. It is going to be a nose hit to sit 3. Sweepers are on it just to be on the safe side on the hit, but it looks like it's going to be solid on the nose. And we now have Kaiju curlers are up 7-6 after 7 ends of play. And Team D'Amico down 1 with hammer coming home. We just got ourselves 2 interesting curling matches on this last 8th end here. But these are leads rocks, so if you'll excuse me for a moment.
Well, Rob, you could plug a sponsor while during the lead rocks.
What happened?
You're allowed to plug a sponsor while you're doing your lead rocks.
Oh, yeah. We want to take this time to thank our sponsor that we got for the weekend, Realm One, bringing mission-focused expertise to the national security arena. Thank you so much for sponsoring our event this weekend.
Oh, looks like a beautiful draw on sheet A.
Yeah, nicely thrown behind stacked guards there. You're up 3. Putting pressure like this is a really interesting move. You don't really see it a lot when you're up 3 with hammer. I do like it, though, because you're really forcing mistakes here. Because they're going to need a couple rocks to get rid of everything, and they can't really get rid of the guards right now. So we might end up seeing a whole lot of rocks in the house for Sheet Alpha. While on Sheet Bravo, we're getting a lot of centerline guards, which is great, and they're favoring yellow at the moment, and yellow is up 1 without hammer. So we're probably going to end up seeing D'Amico pulling the trigger now and get a draw into the center line, preferably top 8. And if they're going to keep playing the draw game, this is probably what they're going to end up doing, is just a lot of draws to the center line. It'll be another, crowded center line for Sheet Bravo. And nicely thrown here. It's probably going to be end up top button. All right. Now that the commercial break rocks are done, we're going to see another draw here to the 4-foot for Kaiju curlers. Shrinking the scoring area is going to be their goal for them. If they're going to work with those guards, just make the scoring area as small as possible. And even if you only give up a force of 1 here, that's better than giving them an opportunity to get a deuce here. So it looks like the weight was there, just needed about another rock of curl. So just a little bit more line than they needed on Sheet Bravo. And it looks like we're going to start on Sheet Alpha. We're going to start peeling guards. They're not really helping Team Dunnam right now. Speaking of hits, nice hit and a beautiful, beautiful motion on that from Team D'Amico. So you can throw like firm weight at that red to get both the reds gone, but that was a beautiful hit and roll to sit 1-2 by D'Amico. Oh, over curl. So out of hand, I think they just set the rock in motion a little bit more out of hand. So you're going to get contact with the red guard. I don't hate that result. You do open up the right hand side to get after the shot red, but they're just going to D'Amico's just going to put a guard right in front of there. Corner frozen to that tight 3 guard would be ideal for them. You could tuck in behind to be like a top 8 at maximum. But ideally, corner froze to that 3 guard would be a great shot here for Team D'Amico's. I believe this is their vice. Yeah, this is their vice already. No, this is their second still, because I believe they have hammer. So yeah. Needs to lose. It's the right weight, but just a lot more line than they needed. So it looks like they're going to be making Kaiju curlers going to go ahead and make a play at the hit on the shot rock, and if they end up hitting the guard, they're going to be okay with it. But I think this is now. If they won't, I don't know if they're going to sit shot though. If they make contact with it, I think they'll still be second shot if they hit nose on the shot red. But I think it's on the guard. It's not coming back anytime soon. So just hitting and rolling. I believe this is. I wonder if this is Tim Fagan, who is skipping this team. Needs to be in the tank for a little bit to figure out what are the next 3 shots. And I think this is going to be a guard attempt. So put the guard back up, split the line. If they can get a center line guard here, it's going to make Kaiju curlers like waste 2 rocks to get some of that clutter out the center line. That guard seems really deep here. Plus, it's hanging out wide again, so it needs to come over. What they really need to do is just keep scrubbing it and to get it past. They don't want anything that's going to be a hit and roll opportunity for Kaiju curlers. So it came down at the right way. Question is, what could Kaiju curlers do with that? I don't know if the double is there, and I don't know if the hit and flop over is there for them. So I think they need to make some clearance on the yellows now. And no, we have no more guards in play on sheet alpha. And we are now in, I believe, the final 3 yellow rocks here. So there is a yellow in the Bermuda Triangle of sheet alpha, which we refer to as the two non-house areas that are behind the tee line and ahead of the back line. There's just no real way of getting that back yellow to count, so they need all 3 of these yellows to count to force the skips rocks. Nice angle run back by the Kaiju curlers. Clears out a guard, but they do have their shot rock wide open. I believe they are sitting shot. No, they're sitting second shot right now. So the question for D'Amico is, do you deal with it, or do you keep protecting your single shot? All right, on sheet alpha, I do actually like that tap attempt because it's not an easy pick out because you do run the risk of over curling and the yellow jamming into the red, but this will be a clean pick for Andy Dunnam. If Dunnam makes it clean, it'll probably be handshakes on sheet alpha. So on sheet Bravo, not an ideal hit there. They are sitting 1-3. So you've given Kaiju curlers some options here. They are 1 up without hammer. Red is sitting 1, but there is a double opportunity available because the reds are pretty tight together, or you can promote your yellow. And I believe they're lining up the double there. So
a miss on sheet A.
A miss on the hit from so. I mean, the miss now offers another question though. Like, how are you going to get a second yellow? Because red is still counting, so you could do the yellow red to sit 2.
You're gonna have to do that at some point.
You are going to have to do that at some point, yes. And I think now is the right time to do it. But how much weight do you throw? Because it can't be draw. Because if it's draw, is tap, 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 and there's no real clean way to get that back red out if you got 2 rocks in front of it. A lot of discussion here by the Kaiju curlers.
I mean, I guess if you could nose freeze on your yellow on sheet A.
A nose freeze. If you hit it on any angle, one of the yellows will be gone. So I think that the tap attempts is the right call. I mean, if you're going to do anything that's a plan B, you'd probably want to sit corner frozen to the red. Because if you sit corner frozen to the red, it's not a clean hit. It's not going to be a clean hit on any of the yellows for Dunnam. But at the same time, Dunnam will be still sitting shot rock. So this looks light. This looks like a guard. While on sheet Bravo, weight's looking good, but it needs to curl a bit more. So Team D'Amico is sitting 1. Kaiju Curlers are sitting 2-3. And for Dunnamzilla on sheet alpha, it looks like Gamera's Got Game is sitting 2 and 3, staggered. Any hit on any of the yellows will be handshakes. So long as one of the yellows goes. That's going to be the key here. One of the yellows has to go here.
I mean, even if they didn't hit the yellows, how's yellow going to get rid of that red? That would be very difficult.
No, but this is just to force the handshake right now.
No, I agree. It's all you want to hit him.
Yep.
And there goes one.
Yep. And that's handshakes. Yep, that is handshakes on Alpha. So Dunnamzilla takes the win there. So it looks like we got brother v. brother yet again at a GNCC Bonspiel. We will have Dunnamzilla facing Marishitu. Oh, no, hold on. We don't have the. Where's it at?
Oh.
Masahiro Itu's greatest fan club. 3 out of 4 members of Team Dunnam will be on the ice for the A event final tomorrow.
All right, guess I'll shut down.
Which I believe that means that Gamera's. No, sorry, I'm going to say this correctly just to make Rob Tolliver feel okay right now. Gamera. Mar. That's Mare. So Gamera, I believe they're in the D event final tomorrow.
I think that's how it works. Yep.
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll say goodbye to that sheet AD stream and see what happens on sheet B.
So sweepers are on it to get a lot of curl here. Needs a lot of curl here. They haven't seen a lot of curl yet on this. It's starting to clip off that guard and roll. I don't necessarily hate that right now because the only real clear shot that Kaiju Curlers has right now, they have to do the nose hit. They could also do the raise off of their own yellow, but the problem with that is that the red can jam into that back yellow.
You could do the angle raise on the outside yellow.
You can do that. I think this is the right call because if you actually just get to nose of yellow pops the red out. But you do leave red an opportunity to nose right back on their own red to get shot and then go to the skips rocks. So this will be Mike. I believe this is Mike Hotaling's final. I believe he's been skipping this game. I don't really know. I don't see name tags. But this will be the last for Kaiju Curlers. They are 1 up without hammer. And this is an attempt to pop that red off of shot rock. Rock is away. Sweepers trying to hold it for line right now. The weight looks good. Calling off the sweep. Calling for curl now.
Oh,
all right.
Almost.
So game-winning draw right now. All Team D'Amico needs to do, ideally, is to touch forefoot. Touching forefoot gets them the win. All right, here we go. This is Hammer. Can Team D'Amico, skipped by Tim Fagan. Hopefully that is the correct skip. Can they get to full 4? Sweepers are close. Just need to clean. Looks a bit up to me, but if they can just get to crossing and touching their own, they'll be able to get their deuce. There's the curl. It seems like it's back 12 weight, but if they make contact, there it is, and that is game. Beautiful draw for the win. Team D'Amico will be heading to the B event final. Will they be playing Team Foster? I do like the fact that the 2 teams that did not have a theme name will be in the B event final together. As I'm getting flipped off by my good friend and wonderful ladylike person, Kate Trella, flipping me off. Hey, y'all could have had a team name. Why are you flipping me off then?
All right, shall we say goodbye to our...
All right, so we are now done for the day. We have our A, B, C, and D, A, B, and D event finalists. I'm not sure if we have the full C event done yet, but we have our finals ready to go. We'll be seeing y'all tomorrow. Thanks for joining us tonight. For Ken Clark, this is Robert Young. Have a wonderful day.